Rain lashed the fractured streets of East Oakland like knives slicing flesh. Abby's confident stride cut through the downpour, long braids swaying against her crisp light blouse and black skirt, calm, intense eyes fixed ahead as she covered the same 11 blocks she'd walked for 3 years, from the faceless office where she processed invisible paperwork to the derelict high-rise marked for demolition. Water soaked her clothes, but she never broke pace. At 29, she carried herself with quiet strength that demanded no attention. 60 feet behind, Moon Won-ho gripped the wheel of his black sedan, slicked back hair dripping, tattoos curling visibly from his rain-soaked dark shirt, his sharp gaze locked on her every step. He'd been tailing her for 2 weeks. Tonight at exactly 6:52 p.m. he would uncover why his most unerring employee vanished into enemy territory. Tonight, everything he ruled would fracture. Moon had forged an empire on predictability. People followed patterns, greed, fear, desperation, but Abby defied them all. 3 years in his administrative pool, flawless execution, 0 questions, 0 trace of self. She handled documents that could bury her in federal prison with mechanical precision. Then security pinged an anomaly, 2020 shipping logs to Seoul, routes that hid more than cargo. Only 3 had clearance, 2 loyal lieutenants and her. No payoffs, no contacts, bank showing $289 in savings and rent for a condemned studio. Yet every night she trekked through gang turf he'd long pacified, past barred liquor stores and ghost lots, into a structure slated for the wrecking ball since 2022. Lights flickered inside. Shadows stirred. It shouldn't house anyone. Tonight he'd know why. He waited 15 minutes after she slipped through the side door. Rain eased to mist, turning Oakland grey-black. Moon stepped out, shirt clinging, top buttons undone to bear the dragon tattoo coiling up his neck, a mark his father had carved into him with fists before death claimed the old tyrant. The door hung loose. Inside, mildew warred with rice and desperation, children's laughter echoing from above. He shadowed the glow to a gutted community room. Her voice hit first, "This'll hold you till morning." He froze in darkness, lanterns swung from wires. Sleeping bags lined floors in neat rows, a propane stove simmered soup, boxes of cans, diapers, meds stacked walls. Abby knelt by an elderly widow tucking a threadbare quilt, her office armor swapped for worn jeans and a faded Spellman sweatshirt, braids tied back, looking fiercely alive. She was untouchable. Tonight his empire fractures. Before we dive into this thrilling story, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Where are you watching from? Like and comment. Rain clung to Moon Won-ho's skin like a second shadow as he eased the black sedan forward, engine a low growl beneath the storm's fury. Abby moved ahead, unyielding, long braids swaying with each confident step, crisp light blouse darkening under the deluge, black skirt hugging her stride like armor. Her calm, intense eyes scanned the fractured Oakland veins, 11 blocks of gang-tattooed turf he'd pacified years ago with blood money and broken bones. 3 years she'd clocked this route from his office tower to nowhere good, disappearing at 6:52 p.m. sharp. No one questioned patterns in his world, until her. His empire thrived on foresight. Men betrayed for dollars, women for status, all predictable as tides. Abby, anomaly. Securities ping 2 weeks back, 2020 Seoul manifests, routes masking more than fish paste and silk. Clearance for 2 underbosses he'd kill for him and her, the ghost in admin who filed felonies like grocery lists. No burner phones, no fat withdrawals from her $289 savings, just rent on a death trap studio and bus passes she never used. Yet here she marched, past razor-wired liquor dens and skeletal lots where the lost hawk dreams for dime bags. Moon's fingers tightened on the wheel, slicked back hair plastered, dark shirt transparent against the dragon tattoo clawing up his neck, a rebellion etched at 20 against the father who'd forged him in fire. Tonight ended the vigil. He killed the lights 50 feet back, sharp gaze lethal through the mist. She veered toward the derelict high-rise Anderson Arms, condemned since 22, windows blind with plywood, generators humming defiance. Shadows flickered inside. Impossible. She slipped through the side door, casual as breathing. Moon waited, pulse steady, counting 150 breaths. Rain softened to a shroud. He stepped out, shirt sucking cold to muscle, top buttons loose to bear the ink, signal of the titan who owned these streets. The door yielded. Mildew punched first, then rice steam and faint cries, children, laughter layered under despair. He ghosted the dim glow upward, boots silent on cracked tile. Her voice cut the murk. Easy, it'll mend. Moon froze in blackness. Lanterns dangled like fireflies, mats ringed the gutted room in soldier rows, stove bubbled broth, stacks of cans, rags for diapers, pill bottles labelled mercy. Abby crouched by a widow's cot, braids bound back, blouse traded for faded jeans and Spellman tea, eyes fierce with purpose. She taped a heater seam, hands steady as she passed a steaming mug. Defiance incarnate. She was untouchable, his world just cracked. Moon lingered in the threshold's gloom, dragon tattoo pulsing with his heartbeat as Abby moved through the lantern-lit chaos like a quiet general. No office ghost now, her Spellman's sweatshirt hung loose over jeans worn thin at the knees, braids knotted practical, hands calloused from labour no admin manual taught. The widow, Mrs. Holloway, voice paper-thin, clutched the mug. "Abby girl, you can't keep this up. That heater's your last 20. Abby's calm eyes held steady. "Holloway, you built these streets before I was born. Let me patch what I can." She taped another seam, then rose, scanning the room's fragile order. A girl, maybe 7, with ribboned puffs darted up, hugging Abby's leg. "You brought crayons." Abby scooped her into a laugh that cracked Moon's chest. "For you, Leela, and the wall crew. Homework first." From her canvas tote tumbled pencils, paper, colours brighter than the grey outside. Leela beamed like she'd claimed stars. Moon's phone vibrated. Yi-sung, his lieutenant, but he silenced it, rooted as Abby wove the circuit. Checking a teen's sprained wrist, portioning soup for a wheelchair vet, whispering to a pregnant girl whose sobs cut sharper than shivs. Then the corner, a young mother, Chenika, rocked a fussing infant, tears carving tracks. Shift cut again, can't buy formula. Abby knelt, no hesitation, wallet out 200s, her lifeline peeled from $289 total. "Till payday, pay it forward," Chenika gaped. "That's your rent, Abby. I'll walk faster." No tremor, just truth. Moon watched 2 hours bleed. She fixed a flickering bulb with pliers from her bag. Read stories till kids slumped sleeping, distributed meds bought with her blood. Hands shook by midnight, but her gaze burned pure. This wasn't aid. This was oxygen for the dying forgotten. His empire, warehouses of shadow cargo, officials in pockets, rivals in grave, suddenly tasted ash. She finally shrugged on her damp jacket, doused lanterns. Moon melted back as she exited into mist, heading to a diner glow 3 blocks off. Coffee black, a dog-eared Angelou volume. She stared, rain-streaked glass unread. Across the street his sedan idled. Phone lit, Yi-sung again, feds circling manifests, need you. Moon typed 25 mins, eyes on her silhouette. Power crowned him. Millions flowed, yet this woman burned alive for ghosts. Something tore loose inside, his armor fissured, the Titan felt small. Moon's sedan cut through Oakland's pre-dawn haze, dragon tattoo itching like a fresh wound as he dialed Yi-sung. "Her accounts, everything now," the lieutenant's voice crackled efficient. "Boss already pulled, 3 years clean direct deposit, small pulls for rent, bus, groceries, savings $289.43. No vices, no lovers, no flash, but outflows match her income. Food bank donations, pharmacy runs, cash apps to unknowns, she's bleeding dry." Moon gripped tighter, replaying the widow's quilt, Leela's crayons, Chenika's formula, Abby's dollars, her lifeblood. Deeper, past, family. Yi-sung paused, keys clacking. Foster records unsealed. Mother Regina Hayes, RN at Detroit General, double shifts for Abby's tuition. Age 17, walking to her 98 Honda after 18 hours, mugged for a purse with $62 inside. Fought back, knifed, dead before EMS rolled. Abby aged into system, 3 homes, community college on waitressing bones. Dropped sophomore year, rent or books, no dad on file, no kin. The ledger hit like brass knuckles. Abby, 29 now, carried that invisible freight, mother's blood on concrete, foster bunks, hunger gnawing choices, yet she funneled 90% into Anderson Arms ghosts, walked to save bus fare for Mrs. Holloway's insulin, wore jeans threadbare so Leela ate, gave Chenika rent money while her own studio teetered eviction. Martyr by nature, or fury forged pure. He parked blocks from the diner, watched her silhouette through steam-fogged glass. Black coffee cooled untouched beside Angelou's worn spine, I know why the caged bird sings. Fitting. She stared, rain-slashed streets, eyes distant, rebuilding walls he'd glimpsed cracked. His phone buzzed, feds on manifests. Audit dawn. Yi-sung again. Moon typed handle prep. 30 out. But he sat, empire's king reduced to voyeur. Warehouses brimmed shadow profit, silk masking powder, officials greased, rivals feeding bay depths. Power absolute, purpose hollow. Abby burned for faceless souls, asked nothing, broke nothing but herself. His father's voice echoed, weakness kills faster than bullets. The old tyrant had beaten that truth into him at 15 after mother's silent tears. Yet here was strength without fists, grace without throne. Dawn crept grey. Abby left exact change plus $4 tip she couldn't spare, strode into mist. Moon started the engine, not following, not yet. Her sacrifice etched permanent, total, terrifying. Was she saint or suicide? His chest tightened. Either way, she'd colonized him. The ledger balanced one truth: his world needed measuring against hers. Moon's office loomed glass-walled over Oakland's sprawl, dragon tattoo hidden beneath crisp black silk as he signed the deed at dawn. Anderson Arms, $2, $8 million snatched from a developer's luxury condo dreams. Renovation bids already stacked, HVAC, plumbing, wiring, legal tenancy for all 63 souls. His empire churned millions in shadow. This was rounding error. But precision mattered. The envelope waited on Abby's desk by 9 a.m., her name in his angular script. She found it mid-coffee run, froze. $10,000 check, company letterhead, his signature below. HR confirmed legit. Heart-hammering, Abby blouse starched, braids precise, knocked on his door, first time in 3 years. Come. The space screamed power. Teak desk worth her yearly wage, inkwash mountains on rice paper, city at his feet. Moon leaned back, sleeves rolled, tattoos claw peeking, sharp gaze meeting her calm intensity without flinch. She thrust the check forward. I can't take this. You filed flawless 3 years, earned. His voice cut smooth, controlled. Not a bonus, you signed personally. Silence stretched taut, her jaw set. Then what? He rose, circled the desk, 3 feet closing predatory slow. Investment, Anderson Arms, 63 residents, no heat, no water, demolition in 4 months. You've spent 90% salary keeping them breathing, food, meds, fuel, walk to work for Holloway's insulin. Gave Chenica your rent, I know. Blood iced, you've been following me. Watching difference, admission bare. You breached 2020 soul logs, security flagged threat. In my world, anomalies die or disappear. Her eyes blazed, a test. He slid a folder across Teak. Offer, she cracked it, deed to Moon 1 ho, renovation proposal $3 million total. Tenants secure 5 years rent-free, bought it this morning, city sold cheap. Vision swam, why? You burn for them, let me fuel the fire properly. No smirk, raw. You're a criminal, words landed flat. Yes, unblinking, blood empire, fear currency, not asking absolution, asking one clean act. She gripped the folder. Conditions, no displacement, ever, no press, no oversight from you. His jaw ticked, disappointment veiled. Agreed. And the files, her voice steadied. Tracked a warehouse worker for a resident's daughter, Marcus Lee, disappeared 3 years back. Moon stilled, alive, soul, new identity, stole from worse than me, I ghosted him safe. Tell her. No contact kills him, weight settled. Her hand took his across the desk, firm, warm clash of worlds, pact forged, ethics bent to might but unbroken. His armor slipped further. Halmione's hearth glowed warm against Oakland's chill dusk, sesame oil and gochujang weaving through steam as Moon held the door. Abby stepped in, braids loose from the office's starch, light blouse swapped for a simple navy sweater that softened her edges. The owner, Mrs. Kim, silver hair pinned tight, lit up in Korean, embracing Moon like errant kin. 1 ho, first woman in years. She switched to English, eyes sharp on Abby. You tame this wolf. Abby smiled faint, trying not to get bit. They settled corner booth, wood-scarred loving. Moon ordered fluidly, banchan cascade, bulgogi sizzling, bibimbap towers. Mrs. Kim sponsored my father, immigrant debt, he stole her savings instead. Pause, chopsticks hovering. Took me 5 years construction to repay. She taught Han, grief baked into soul, turned beauty. First bites exploded, kimchi crunch, beef tender marinated, rice binding flavors like memory. Abby closed eyes. Unfair, normal food ruined forever. He demonstrated lettuce wraps, meat, samjang, perfect bite. Their knees brushed under table, your Han. Not first zapper talk. This isn't business, his gaze held unguarded, tell me. She exhaled slow. Mom, RN in Detroit, double shifts for my Spellman dreams. 17 post 18-hour hell mugged walking to her Beta Civic, $62 purse, fought, stabbed, gone before sirens. Eyes distant. Foster shuffle, waitress through CC, quit for rent, system choose, spits invisible. Moon's jaw tightened. Mine, grandfather Yakuza. Father fled Japan, circled back to numbers, boost. Killed over Ali $900 when I was 15. Beat mom till smiles died, her party after, cathartic. Water glass turned slow. I chose success over small time. Korean networks mine by 26. Regret, oceans but past locks. Mrs. Kim refilled tea, sage nod. Heavy hearts cook best. Rice cakes followed, cinnamon laced. Silence comfortable, scars swapped like currency. Abby met his eyes. You visit 3 times weekly. On a debt she feeds more than body. Outside, her ancient Corolla coughed alive. Moon eyed it. Budget covers reliable wheels. Starts eventually. She rolled window half down. One visit to arms, see your investment. Surprise flickered, then warmth. Tomorrow 2 p.m. gloves. Understood, engine caught. Moon. Yes. Not a date. Obviously, but his hand pressed chest as taillights faded. Rapport bloomed, fragile hand shared. Riddle dissolved to something dangerous, real. October sun cut through Anderson Arms' shattered windows as Abby directed chaos, contractors mapping ducts, plumbers cursing rusted pipes, electricians tracing ghost wires. Mrs. Holloway wheeled advice from her corner, that feed line's original 89, brace it triple. The plumber nodded, tools clanging. Abby helped Chenica fill job forms when tires crunched outside. Black sedan, kids swarmed panes. Real Mercedes, who's that? Moon stepped out, jeans faded, grey tee clinging muscle, work boots scuffed, dragon tattoo stark on exposed forearm. No silk, no sedan armor, just man. Contractor Julio paled. Mr. Moon, I swear Fruit Moon's square. Relax, here to work. Abby met him midway, gloves dangling from his fist. Brought hands. He raised them, calloused proof. 4 hours blurred surreal. Moon hauled donation pallets up 4 flights, sweat beading, slick back hair loose. Fixed Holloway's brake with socket wrench, listening her tailies of 68 riots, hands steady. Leela's crew, puff-tailed terrors, claimed him for soccer, his laugh rumbling genuine as he blocked wild kicks. Uncle Moon, nails next. Purple polish appeared. He sat still, tiny fingers precise. Chenica approached hesitant while he hung blackout curtains. You're her boss, the buyer. Resources, she's the heart, his tone even. Why this, eyes wary? He paused, rod balanced. Someone worth respecting asked, and right called louder than empire, truth bare. My man's inside, 10 for boosting food, world said disposable till it stuck, her voice cracked. Moon met gaze. Father bled out alley over $700. Mom scrubbed floors 20 years, died broke, no discard, no pity play, doesn't excuse me, explains. She stuttered, Abby sees you. Lunch break, community room. Moon shelved books beside Abby, dust motes dancing. Bothers you what I am. Every breath, her whisper close, why not quit? Networks breathe without me, cleaner under my rules, no kids, no innocence. Dust cloth paused. Trapped by consequence, you by compassion, same bars, different shapes. Leela shrieked laughter outside. She's light, he murmured, today. Moment split, Yisung's shadow in door, face granite. Boss, Lee cartel hit 3 depots. $500,000 gone, 2 down, 1 critical. Moon's posture snapped, worker to weapon. 5 minutes. Yisung eyed Abby, now. 5, Abby touched arm, go your world. He stripped gloves, want you out, safe. Not separate anymore, her voice steady, eyes conflicted. He nodded, boundary accepted. But as Mercedes growled away, her hand lingered air, duality bared raw. Workers whispered his shadow long after. Hands in dirt couldn't erase blood. 3 days carved silence between them, Anderson Arms humming with fresh plaster and hope while Moon's world bled shadow. Abby's desk drowned in purple lilies, day 4, Leela's colour, card simple, for Saturday, decay, her studio door rattled evening knock. Moon stood hallway, work shirt rumpled, tie askew, eyes hollowed by sleepless war. Can I come in? She stepped aside. Space tiny, bed doubling couch, books stacked defense, kitchenette gleaming despite scars. He sank bed's edge, only seat, dragon tattoo dulled under grime. Lee cartel's done, no more threat. Dead. Close enough, clean, exhaustion cracked voice. 15 years walled iron tight, then you giving Chenica your air while drowning, walls crumbled. Abby crossed arms, sweater soft against hard eyes. I'm poison for you, Moon, your dark swallows light. Know that, he rose, closing half gap. But arms with you human again, not blade, not throne, man, hand hovered near cheek, dropped. Let me build different, legit fronts, phase worst, can't erase blood but. Broken don't mend broken. She turned windowward, city pulse mocking. Mom said whole first or crumbles. Wise wrong, he stepped closer, voice raw, not puzzles missing bits, fractured different, maybe breaks match. Hope sparked his gaze, us. You scare me, hate your world, worst choice possible. Pause, turning, but soccer with Leela, ears for Holloway, trying when it cuts, distance vanished. Broken, yes, trying, yes, enough. He touched face, palm rough warm. If real, not quick, setbacks, monster days. No, her hand covered his. Stay through. Trying all I got, choice hung, choose you if you'll have. Fear certain, she pulled close. Choose you too, God help. Lips met, gentle his, hungry hers. Oakland thrummed outside. Inside, jagged edges tested fit. No wall rose, chaos brushed too near but she held ground. Empire called, heart answered louder. Moon's Mercedes prowled Oakland's shadowed arteries 3 nights after the soccer pitch rupture, knuckles white on wheel, dragon tattoo throbbing beneath rolled sleeves stained with other men's fear. Lee Cartel's ambush had carved deep, 2 warehouses torched, 500,000 in shadow product ash, his men broken but breathing through his ruthless calculus. No kids touched, no bystanders bled, cleaner than most nights. But the cost gnawed, Yisung's grim nod confirming the line held barely. Empire's jaws snapped shut, but Moon felt the fracture widening inside. Abby's studio door yielded to his knock, her silhouette backlit soft in navy sweater and jeans, braids loose like unguarded secrets. No words, step aside, space surrendered. Tiny realm, bed couch hybrid, books as sentinels, air thick with instant coffee and resolve. He collapsed bed's edge, shirt untucked, eyes battle hollowed. Handled, Lee's neutered, no ripples to arms. Anyone die, her voice steady, eyes searching scars. Close. Contained, exhaustion bled truth. 15 years, walls forged bulletproof, then you peeling life for ghosts, everything cracked. She leaned wall, arms crossed guard. I'm no savior, Moon, your abyss devours good. True, rise slow, predator grace dulled, half gap closed. But there with Leela's polish, Holloway's tailies human surfaced, not weapon, not king, let me shift. Legit layers over rot, phase the poison. Blood stains permanent but future. Mom's wisdom, shattered can't rebuild shattered. Window gaze, neon mocking, need whole foundations. She erred, closer, voice gravel raw, no perfect fits, fractures unique, ours, interlock. Eyes met, hope raw in his, that us. Terrify me, despise your realm, reckless folly. Turn, distance erased. Yet kids' laughter in you, ears for the voiceless, effort despite cost. Hand rose to cheek, rough palm met smooth. Broken, absolutely, reaching, yes, sufficient. Rough thumb traced jaw. Real change, slow, ugly, monster resurgences. Understood, hers cupped his, endure them. All I've got, vow hung electric, you if permitting. Fierce, she bridged last inch. You too, heaven witness. Lips claimed his tentative reverence, hers fierce conviction. Oakland pulsed indifferent outside. Within, fractured vows sealed raw, jagged edges grinding toward fit. Climax not in violence but surrender. Breaks aligned, trembling but true. 6 months carved renewal from rubble, Anderson arms rising reborn under Oakland's late spring haze. Heat humming through new ducts. Water running clean, legal lights banishing shadows for 63 souls now tenants, not ghosts. Mrs. Holloway's wheelchair glided polished halls, Leela's crayons scribbled vibrant walls, Chenika's baby cooed in a crib no longer portable. Contractors long gone, community thrived. Job fairs in the revamped room, gardens sprouting rooftop defiance. Moon arrived dusk, purple tea stretched over casual frame. Leela's decree, jeans muddied from legit site visits, dragon tattoo faded under sun-earned lines. No sedan armor, just pick-up scarred work. Kids swarmed, Uncle Moon, Leela latched leg, pufftails bouncing. Nails, purple promise. He dropped cross-legged, tiny bottle trembling in his grip as she painted meticulous, giggles sealing claim. Chenika watched doorway, nod softer now, trust earned, not demanded. Rooftop later, sunset bled gold over bay waters, city hum distant hymn. Abby leaned shoulder, braids catching breeze, hand meshed his natural as breath. Drugs gone, Seattle cousin winds it down. Start, her voice warm, eyes tracing his profile. Enough. No, but motion. Thumb circled her knuckles, pulled in forces from streets. Laundered fronts into real estate, restaurants clean. Feds circle closer, Yisung handles legit now. Leela's laughter drifted below, music pulsing party beat. Love you, he murmured, quiet anchor. No, smile crooked, terrifies still. Daily, kiss crowned head, but you stay. Daily, sunset swallowed them, jagged edges fused steady. No grand purge, no halo crown. Change crept through deeds, nail polish rituals, tenant leases, operations shed like dead skin. Empire shrank, humanity swelled. Moon believed now, redemption not fireworks but persistent grace, one chosen dawn at a time. Anderson arms stood proof, their clasped hands eternal vow. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share this video and subscribe for more stories that speak to the heart. Where in the world are you turning in from? Let me know in the comments so we can connect and share our thoughts. I appreciate the time you spent here with me today.